Hi everyone, Pete Miller here, and I'm in Seoul, South Korea, and I'm very excited to meet another MC who's doing amazing things right throughout the world, but she has got, she's developed a unique system to train MCs. Welcome, Coach Hanul.
Thank you so much for having me, MC Pete.
Well, I'm excited because you've come up with something that's quite unique and original, and I've never seen it before, but you're having a lot of success. And I thought the world should know about this because what you've managed to do is combine it into 1 month, right?
Yeah, so it's 4 weeks, all online.
Right.
And it just happened by accident because I was self-taught. I didn't have a mentor, unfortunately, like you. So I was completely in the dark when I started out.
But you did have a lot of experience at talking with a script, right?
Yeah, so my background is in television, and I started out as a news reporter.
Right.
And I was anchoring the news.
And what skills did you transfer from TV anchoring to emceeing? What skills are transferable there?
How to react on the spot, because television news is all live.
Right.
And as a news reporter covering the news, there is no script, and you're just thrown into the scene, and you're observing, and you're working with your camera guy, and you're just you have to be ultra.
Think on your feet.
Think on your feet.
And be in the moment. And keep your concentration going, and make sure that your microphone is everything. It's pretty perfect. It's very close to emceeing, right?
Yeah. So you have to be ultra aware of your surroundings, what's going on, and be able to quickly, react and know what to say. And when I was broadcasting live, I'm connecting live, and if something goes wrong, I just have to keep talking.
Right.
And when I'm anchoring the news, if the speaker is going too long, then my producer's talking into my ear like cut. So I just have to wrap things up really quickly. And keeping the time is critical in television news. You can't go overtime.
No.
So those skills are very transferable.
Thinking on your feet, were you taught that as a news anchor? Or were you,
No.
But it's sort of this skill that it's very valuable, right?
Yeah, I had to learn it the hard way, Pete. There were so many mess up moments that I'm so embarrassed about. But the beauty of television is it's kind of like you don't cry over spilled milk. Once it goes on air, you can never retrieve it.
No,
you can't go back.
So
forever. Whatever, let bygones be bygones, and you start fresh the next day.
Yeah. And that's really a good way to approach emceeing, because some people, including myself, have wanted to have a perfect event, but there's no such thing as a perfect event. So you've got to accept it right from the start that it will never be perfect, and at one time it's going to go south.
Another thing that I find in common is the camera doesn't lie. So even when you're smiling, if you're nervous, it gets the audience, the viewers can see it. So you can't really fake it, right? And when you're on stage as an MC, even if you're trying to smile, if you're not having a good time, if you don't feel comfortable, that vibe, that energy gets transferred to the audience. Yeah. So it's not about having the perfect sentence. You're not a robot, right?
No, not AI.
Right. So even if you made 0 errors in your script, if you can't connect with the audience, if you can't be authentic,
empathy.
Yeah, people are not going to think you did a great job.
Now, I don't want to paint it as emceeing as a difficult job, because it's not. It's not rocket science. The main difference with an MC is the focus is different. You are not the star, but you make other people look like the star.
Exactly. I always say,
and that's a good position to be in, I reckon.
Yeah. It takes a lot of pressure off of you. People are not there to judge you or criticize you. They're there to see the speaker or for the performance.
Yeah.
Where do these people with 0 experience get that experience, right? So the way I see it is, in a way, is very unfair that you don't even get a chance because you have no stage time. But also, it could be an opportunity for people to nail their first performance. So when audience sees them and they're like, "Oh, you're good," but they don't know this was your first stage.
Right.
So the audience that I work with, there is no room for trial and error. You cannot learn from just practicing. There's no opportunities for practice. So the way I structured the course is I want you to have the perfect opening line. It's fail-proof.
Right.
And also, I think
Right. A script.
the script and training your mindset.
Right.
And also kind of taking in that persona so you can nail your first stage. I do group coaching online, and I also do one-on-one coaching. So we go over the script together, so you get an opportunity to
So you've
practice.
got a template, and then they move the template around. Is that right?
Yes, so the way I designed it, I didn't want people to just memorize lines, because everybody's going to sound the same. So what I devised was a formula, kind of like jigsaw puzzles. So you mix and match, and you come up with your own signature sentence.
Right.
So even if you learn from the same teacher, everybody sounds different.
Right. Good.
And I believe that everyone has their own unique voice. We all show up differently. We sound different. So I also help my students discover their best sentence by asking
best
them
sentence.
to read it out
way to put
loud.
it. Yeah.
So I call it finding your signature phrase. Yeah, so when I first started BBB, it was meant for people who are already working as MCs. It wasn't meant for beginners because there were offline, in-person private academies that teach you how to MC in English, but oftentimes those courses were not enough. And I thought my specialty was to come up with more advanced level, more sophisticated lines rather than just saying hello and thank you and goodbye. So it started off as people just DMing me, asking me if they can
Direct
learn
messaging
this.
from Instagram.
Direct messaging me if they can learn this somewhere. And these were people who are already working as MCs.
Wow.
And I knew there was a gap for people who are on the field. They want to upgrade, but they don't know how, and they're too embarrassed to ask for help.
Yeah.
So that's where I came in.
Right.
So some of the big success stories, I had one person. So I have everyone from beginner level to veteran MCs who've been doing it for 15, 20 years. So the veteran MCs, for them, it's a Eureka moment.
Really?
Because they knew something was off. And they knew they could do better, but they just didn't know how. And they say they already knew half of the things that I teach in the course, but it was such a relief to have someone else affirm that, yes, you are on the right track and what you've been saying is correct. So finding that clarity was a huge moment for veteran MCs.
And the clarity is around that signature opening or script or what did you call it again? You called it
the signature phrase.
Signature phrase.
Finding your signature phrase.
Is that where the Eureka moment comes, or what's the Eureka moment?
The Eureka moment is when I explain do's and don'ts. And one of the examples is I tell them, don't use these words to describe yourself when you are doing your opening lines. And in Korea, we use the word announcer in a different way. An announcer to describe everyone from a news anchor, event MCs, TV show host, live stream blogger, like everybody's an announcer. Most of the events that are held in Korea are conferences, academic conferences, and it just sounds really off to say, hello, I am your announcer for today. Welcome to the ABC conference.
Right.
So by pinpointing these mistakes that a lot of non-native speakers of English make when they're introducing themselves, it's an eye-opening moment. And I tell them, what's even mind-blowing is that you don't even have to use these words to describe yourself. Just say, good morning, I'm Hanul Kim, and welcome to the ABC event. That's enough. It's like, you don't say, welcome, hi students, I'm your teacher for today, Ms. Kim. You just say, good morning everyone, let's get started.
Yeah, right.
Everybody knows you're the teacher, so why add this confusion or
So to give people a bit of a taste of BBB,
Yeah.
we've got the boot camp and then the workshop. Right? So tell us about the boot camp.
Oh, it's online, 3 days.
Right.
This is for people who want results fast. So if you have been putting off of, okay, I want to be an MC, I know I have to sharpen my skills. If you've been putting it off,
Right.
this would be a great chance.
And when is it?
It's going to be on July 18th, 19th, and the 22nd.
Okay.
So for
For
details,
a little bit
you
of
can-
time every day, not the full day.
No, so just 30 minutes
Oh.
for 3 days.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna help you make 3 decisions at the end of the boot camp. Decision number 1,
Yeah.
is my English good enough to be an MC? Yes or no? So most people think you need to have a high level of English ability to MC a job.
Right. Articulate and, you know,
Right,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the thing is, there are limited amount of words that you can use as an MC. You're not going to use, words in neuroscience, for example. So I'm going
Actually,
to help you.
the simpler the better, actually.
Exactly.
You know.
I totally agree with that 100%.
Yeah, don't confuse them with long words and try and show off that you know these words.
Exactly.
Really.
It's not a time for you to show off your intelligence.
No.
Right? And the second decision I'm going to help you make is that what type of MC should I be? So this kind of ties in with the personal branding.
Right.
So should I be a wedding MC? Should I be a conference MC? Corporate MC? So I'm
They're
going to
all
walk
good.
over. Yeah.
It's all good choices, but yeah.
But everybody shows up differently. Some people are more fit to host events.
Often the clue to that might be your background.
Having that clarity will also take away the overwhelm. Like, oh,
Right.
but I don't know what I'm going to do with this.
Right,
And the
right.
third decision I'm going to help you make is, how am I going to promote myself as an MC? And I'm
Very
going to
important.
help you pick a channel of promotion. Is it going to be Instagram? Is it going to be signing with an agency, YouTube, or personal networking? So at the end
Right.
of the 3-day workshop, you'll be able to walk away with these 3 key decisions that will help you take the next step in your MC journey. So many people get stuck in this invisible bridge that they cannot cross
Right.
because of their limiting belief system.
Those 3, very, very important. Actually, you've nailed it. You completely nailed it, Is my English good enough, and what type of MC and how am I going to
promote myself?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it. And you can move forward. And the bootcamp will kind of, in a way, force you, but empower you
Yeah.
to come up with those decisions. So that's really interesting.
100% on Zoom.
Okay.
And if you can't make it on time, there's going to be a replay so
Okay.
you can watch it. But it comes with a cost,
Okay.
$37.
Whoa! I don't know.
It's a no-brainer.
Bargain. Wow.
It's a no-brainer.
$37, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
for 3
ridiculous.
days, and I'm
Yeah.
going to help you make those key decisions.
Okay.
The reason why it is so affordable at a low cost is I want people to stop making that excuse. I don't have
Yeah.
time. I don't have money. And you already have what it takes, but you just need to make that step to move forward. And the boot camp is going to push you in that direction.
That's what boot camps do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have something at the end of any boot camp. You're supposed to have a result. Immediately following the boot camp is a workshop.
There is going to be a workshop.
Okay.
And for the boot campers only, you get a special VIP pass. So you get priority seating, front row, virtual seating. So if you have any questions for the speakers at the workshop,
Okay.
your questions will be answered with priority. So
But there is
The
also
workshop.
a live. If you're in Seoul,
you can join us
you can join. Okay.
in person.
Wow. Oh, man, I wish
So
I was here. I'm not. I can't be here. I have a previous engagement.
but-
I would fly in for that. For
yeah,
sure.
this is the 3rd time that I'm hosting an MC, bilingual MC workshop.
If you want to visit Seoul, It's a cool city, really cool
Oh,
city.
yeah.
So this might be your opportunity to do that.
Yes,
It's
and
very good.
it's a rare opportunity to see your MCs, your mentors in person.
Yeah.
And we have MCs flying in from Japan, Miho Noguchi, Stan from Singapore, Lila from Indonesia. And I'm also going to have a BBB alumni panel to share how they did it and their success stories.
Here's the success stories. Wow.
And one of the BBB alumni is Yukiko Fujimura from Japan. She is the queen of Japanese voiceover
Narration.
and also event host. So you'll hear from her. We have Angie Lee. She's a bilingual interpreter in Korean and English.
Okay.
She's also a lecturer in interpretation school in Korea. So if you're a conference interpreter, she's the perfect person.
Now, I just read this. You're also doing a yoga for MCs, right? Yoga for MCs. What's that about?
So, as MCs, an MC is a visual job, right?
Yep.
So I personally want to improve my posture when I'm standing, especially on a podium. You get the upper body. Yeah, it says a lot.
Sends a message.
So you don't want to have a slouched back or rounded shoulders. So I invited a yoga instructor to help us teach us some postures that we can do without any yoga mats or yoga clothes. And these posture exercises you can do right before you go on stage to kind of loosen your upper body before on stage. And then he's also going to teach us some deep breathing exercises to calm our nerves before going on stage. And the cool thing about this is she specifically designed this routine for MCs.
Wow,
So,
that's never been done before. That's the first.
That's never been done before. There are no yoga classes for MCs, but we actually invited her to our community and we did a virtual online yoga session. People loved it.
Wow.
And I was so moved by it, both on the outside and the inside. I was in tears at the end.
Yoga's the best. I love yoga.
So
That's
you don't want to miss
fantastic.
this.
Wow.
Even if you can't join us in person, definitely sign up online. The entire workshop is being live streamed on YouTube.
That's amazing. Yoga
And
for
you
MCs.
can also watch the replay.